Hi, Paul Duncan here from Competitive Edge Coaching and Dominate Your Market. Now, the last year I've had some people ask me about my journey. What's brought me to become a successful business owner, an entrepreneur, and a thought leader in today's society. So I thought I would do a quick video and just share my journey of where it started and what brings me here today. Now, at the age of 13, we didn't have much technology. So I think the only technology that I had was the family TV, and I used to have to share that with my younger and my older brother. So I spent a lot of time outside the house. But one of the things we did was that we got a part-time job. One of the jobs I had was a paper run, so delivering the local papers to the neighbourhood. But I did things a little bit differently in my paper run. What I did was I got my friends to help me deliver the papers, and I used to give them a small percentage of what I got from the company from delivering those papers. Now, little did I know that was my first experience in the business. Now, after my education, I went out to get a job, and I was lucky enough to secure a chef apprenticeship with the Hilton International Group here in Australia. So I did my 4 years apprenticeship with them and thoroughly enjoyed it, and I got a passion around food and coffee that would take me on further in my career. But I wanted to travel the world, so I went on a working holiday. But I was lucky enough again by the Hilton International Group to be asked by Conrad Hilton to be an ambassador. So every hotel that I went to, I could stay there free of charge, just so I could share my knowledge. So as I travelled through Asia and the UK and through Europe, I met some fantastic people. I learnt a lot, but I also saw some magnificent places. When I came back to Australia, I worked for some five-star hotels, just so I could share my knowledge a little bit. But my main passion was to be a business owner or to get into business. So I took the plunge and opened up a restaurant. Now, it wasn't what I expected. I was working very hard, stressed a lot, had no money. In some cases, I was paying my staff or my team more than what I was paying myself. So I was getting very frustrated. And I remember talking to a friend of mine in the UK, and he said, Paul, you need to read a book. Now, I didn't read a lot of books in those days. And one of the first books I ever read that he recommended was this one, The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Now, if you're in business, I suggest you read this book because it actually changed my way that I look at business from that day forward. Now, what I took from the book, among other things, was that in business you need to be three people. The first, you need to be a technician, right? Where most business owners are. I believe around about 95% of business owners are by technicians. Now, what I mean by that is, as a chef, open up a restaurant. As a hairdresser, you open up a hairdressing salon, a butcher shop, carpentry business, and so on. But more importantly than that, you need to be a manager. What I mean by that is you need to understand how to do the management side of your business. So recruiting staff, training staff, your tax obligations, your how to manage cash flow, all those things that happen to managing a business. But more importantly than that, you need to be an entrepreneur. Now, what I've learned is that a business can be a vehicle for your lifestyle. So as Stephen Covey said, you need to have the end in mind. Look at your business and say, well, where's that going to take me? And if it's not going to give you the lifestyle you want, get out of it. So I resonated with that very early. So I sold my business, and what I wanted to do was look at how successful business owners or entrepreneurs work. What made them so successful? So I studied a few of the people that I admired in business. And what I learned was not so much what made them successful, but the biggest thing is that they all had failures. Now, what I meant by that is that we do fail in business, and sometimes it's an inhibitor to get us where we want to go. So if you're failing in business or you don't think it's going your way, as Winston Churchill once said, keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up, because you will eventually get there. So I opened up my business, Competitive Edge Coaching, about 15, 16 years ago, just so I could share my knowledge and share my experience, what I've learned to other business owners. And it's been very, very successful for me. Now, about 5 years ago, a couple of things on my bucket list. One of the things on my bucket list was to be an author. So about 2 years ago, I published my first book, To Dominate Your Market, which was the 12 strategies that I use, or I have used with my clients to generate leads and to make them their businesses successful. Also, I've written some ebooks. One of them is Breakthrough Strategies, which is other strategies to help you dominate your market. How to find 10K in your business in 45 minutes. So there's a couple of sort of publications I've got. But the point I'm trying to make is that you need to be reading books. I heard a quote a little while ago, a few years ago now, from a guy called Charlie Tremendous Jones, right? Or Charlie Jones. We call him Charlie Tremendous Jones because one of his quotes is, the difference between you now and you in 5 years' time are the books you read and the people you meet. And it's very prevalent for me because I've met a lot of people, I've read a lot of books, and it's been the most successful thing I've ever done to push my business forward. So I've got some exciting new things happening. I've got my Facebook happening now, Competitive Edge Coaching. I've also got a private group, Competitive Edge Marketing Mastermind. I've got some focus groups happening and a lot of online tools happening. So, if you want to get involved, hop onto the Facebook, like the Facebook page, send me a message if you want to have a few of my publications sent through to you. But look, I appreciate you listening to me today, and I love sharing my journey. If you want to know more, please contact me. But take care and have a profitable day.